Hello and welcome to today's episode which deals with project management. Let's first understand the term and then go into details. Project management is a discipline of planning, organizing, motivating and controlling resources to achieve specific goals. A project is a temporary endeavor designed to produce a unique product, service or a result with a defined beginning and end, usually time constrained and often constrained by funding or deliverables. Undertaken to meet unique goals and objectives, typically to bring about beneficiary change or added value. The temporary nature of the projects stands in contrast with business as usual or operations, which are repetitive, permanent or semi-permanent functional activities to produce products or services. In practice, the management of these two systems is often quite different and as such requires the development of distinct technical skills and management strategies. The primary challenge of a project management is to achieve all of the project goals and objectives while honoring the preconceived constraints. The primary constraints are scope, time, quality and budget. The secondary and the more ambitious challenge is to optimize the allocation of necessary inputs and integrate them to meet predefined objectives. The typical development phase of an engineering project: first, initiation; second, planning and design; third, execution and construction; fourth, monitoring and controlling systems; fifth, completion. Not all projects will have every stage, as projects can be terminated before they reach completion. Some projects do not follow the structured planning and or monitoring process. And some projects will go through steps 2, 3 and 4 multiple times. Many industries use variation of these project stages. For example, when working on a brick and mortar design and construction, projects will typically progress through stages like pre-planning, conceptual design, schematic design, design development, construction drawing or contract documents, and construction administration. In software development, this approach is often known as the waterfall model. That is, one series of tasks after another in linear sequence. In software development, many organizations have adapted the rational unified process (RUP) to fit this methodology, although RUP does not require or explicitly recommend this practice. Waterfall development works well for small, well-defined projects but often fails in larger projects of undefined and ambiguous nature. The cone of uncertainty explains some of this, as planning made on initial phase on the project suffers from a high degree of uncertainty. This becomes especially true as software development is often the realization of a new or novel product. In projects where requirements have not been finalized and can change, requirement management is used to develop an accurate and complete definition of the behavior of software that can serve as the basis for software development. While the term may differ from industry to industry, the actual stages typically follow common steps to problem solving: defining the problem, weighing options, choosing a path, implementation and evaluation. In addition to it, the script also explains some real-time examples of project management. This would make the process of learning fun and exciting for you. But before we move any forward, I would like you to give a quick introduction about myself. I am Ms. Pallavi Mohan, currently working in an MNC where all work is project based. Have worked for 16 plus years in project management, marketing, operations and various other departments. Today we will take a broad overview of the concept project management. We just discussed the definition of project management and its elements, basically 4 to 5 process groups and a control system. Let's see a simpler definition before understanding each step. Project is a temporary endeavor and is discipline of planning, organizing, motivating and controlling resources to achieve specific goals. Regardless of methodology or terminology used, the same basic project management process will be used. Major process groups generally include initiation, planning or design, production or execution, monitoring and controlling, and finally closing. In project environments with a significant exploratory elements, example research and development, these stages may be supplemented with decision points, go or no-go decisions, at which the project's continuation is debated and decided. An example is phase gate model. The initiation process determines the nature and the scope of project. If this project is not performed well, it is unlikely that the project will be successful in meeting the business needs. The key project controls needed here are an understanding of the business environment and making sure that all necessary controls are incorporated into the project. Any deficiencies should be reported and the recommendation should be made to fix them. The initiating stages should include a plan that encompasses the following areas. First, analyzing the business needs and requirements in measurable goals. Second, reviewing of the current operations. Third, financial analysis of the cost and benefits including a budget. Fourth, stakeholder analysis including users and support personnel for the project. Fifth, project charter including costs, tasks, deliverables and schedule. After the initiation stage, the project is planned to an appropriate level of detail. The main purpose is to plan time, cost, resources, adequately estimate the work needed and to effectively manage risk during project execution. As with the initiation process group, a failure to adequately plan greatly reduces the project's chances of successful completion its goals. Project planning generally consists of determining how to plan, example, by level of detailing or rolling wave. Second, developing the scope statement. Third, selecting planning team. Fourth, identifying deliverables and creating the work breakdown structure. Fifth, identifying the activities needed to complete those deliverables and networking the activities in their logical sequence. Sixth, estimating the resource requirements for the activities. Seventh, estimating time and cost for activities. Eighth, developing the schedule. Ninth, developing the budget. 10th, risk planning. 11th, gaining formal approval to begin work. Additional processes such as planning for the communication and for scope management, identifying roles and responsibilities, determining what to purchase for the project and holding a kick-off meeting are also generally advisable. For new product development projects, conceptual design of the operations of the final product may be performed concurrent with the project planning activities and may help to inform the planning team when identifying deliverables and planning activities. Executing consists of the process used to complete the work defined in the project plan to accomplish the project's requirement. Execution process involves coordinating people and resources as well as integrating the activities of the project in accordance with the project management plan. The deliverables are produced as outputs from the processes performed as defined in the project management plan and other frameworks that might be applicable to the type of project at hand. Execution process group include direct and manage project execution, quality assurance of the deliverables, acquire, develop and manage project team, distribution of information, manage stakeholder expectation, conduct procurement, test the deliverables against the initial design. Monitoring and controlling includes first, measuring ongoing project activities. Second, monitoring the project variables, cost, effort, scope, etc. against the project management plan and the project performance baseline where we should be. Third, identifying corrective action to address issues and risk properly. Fourth, influencing the factors that could circumvent integrated change control, so only approved changes are implemented. In multi-phase projects, the monitoring and controlling process also provide feedback between project phases in order to implement corrective or preventive action to bring the project into compliance with the project management plan. Project maintenance is an ongoing process, and it includes continuing support of end users, correction of errors, updates of the software over time. In this stage, auditors should pay attention to how effectively and quickly user problems are resolved. Over the course of any construction project, the work scope may change. Change is a normal and expected part of the construction process. Changes can be the result of necessary design modification, differing site conditions, material availability, contractor requested changes, value engineering, and impacts from third parties, to name a few. Beyond executing the change in the field, the change normally needs to be documented to show what was actually constructed. This is referred to as change management. Hence, the owners usually requires a final record to show all changes, or more specifically any change that modifies the tangible portion of the finished work. The record is made on the contract documents usually, but not necessarily limited to the design drawings. The end product of the effort is what the industry term as build drawings, or more specifically as built. The requirement for providing them is a norm in construction contracts. When changes are introduced to the project, the viability of the project has to be reassessed. It is important not to lose sight of the initial goals and targets of the project. When the changes accumulate, the forecasted results may not justify the original proposed investment in the project. Closing includes the formal acceptance of the project and the ending thereof. Administrative activities include the archiving of the files and documenting lessons learned. This phase consists of contract closure, complete and settle each contract, including the resolution of any open item, and close each contract applicable to the project or project phase. Project close. Finalize all activities across all of the process groups to formally close the project or project phase. Project controlling should be established as independent function in project management. It implements verification and controlling function during the processing of a project in order to reinforce the defined performance and formal goals. The task of project controlling are also the creation of infrastructure for the supply of the right information and its update. Second, the establishment of a way to communicate disparities of project parameters. Third, the development of project information technology based on an intranet or the determination of a project key performance index system (KPI), divergence analysis and generation of proposal for potential projects regulation. Fifth, the establishment of the method to accomplish an appropriate project structure, project workflow organization, project control and governance. Sixth, creation of transparency among the project parameters. Fulfill and implementation of these tasks can be achieved by applying specific methods and instruments of project controlling. The following methods of project controlling can be applied. First, investment analysis. Second, cost benefit analysis. Third, value benefit analysis. Fourth, expert surveys. Fifth, risk profile analysis. Sixth, surcharge calculations. Seventh, milestone trend analysis. Eighth, cost trend analysis. Ninth, target actual comparison. Project control is that element of a project that keeps it on track, on time and within budget. Project control begins early in the project with planning and ends late in the project with post-implementation review, having a thorough involvement of each step in the process. Each project should be assessed for the appropriate level of control needed. Too much control is too time consuming, too little control is very risky. If project control is not implemented correctly, the cost of the business should be clarified in terms of errors, fixes and additional audit fees. Control systems are needed for cost, risk, quality, communication, time, change, procurement and human resources. In addition, auditors should consider how important the project are to the financial statements, how reliant the stakeholders are on controls, and how many controls exist. Auditors should review the development process and procedures for how they are implemented. The process of development and the quality of the final product may also be assessed if needed or requested. A business may want the auditing firm to be involved throughout the process to catch problems earlier on so that they can be fixed more easily. An auditor can serve as a control consultant as part of the development team or as an independent auditor as a part of an audit. Businesses sometimes use formal systems, developmental processes. These help assure that systems are developed successfully. A formal process is more effective in creating strong controls, and auditors should review this process to confirm that it is well designed and is following in practice. A good formal system development plan outlines 1. Strategy to align development with the organization's broader objectives. 2. Standards for new systems. 3. Project management policies for timing and budgeting. 4. Procedures describing the process. 5th, evaluation of quality of change. This completes the understanding of the topic project management. You will be interested to know the related jobs offering and professions after completing this episode. A project manager is a professional in the field of project management. Project managers can have the responsibility of planning, execution and closing of any project typically relating to construction industry, engineering, architecture, computing and telecommunication. Many other fields in production engineering and design engineering and heavy industrial have project managers. A project manager is the person accountable for accomplishing the stated project objectives. Key project management responsibilities include creating clear and attainable project objectives, building project requirements, and managing triple constraint for project, which is cost, time and scope. A project manager is often a client representative and has to determine and implement the exact need of the client based on knowledge of the firm they are representing. The ability to adapt to the various internal procedures of the contracting party and to form close links with the nominated representatives is essential in ensuring that the key issue of cost, time, quality and above all client satisfaction can be realized. While project management by itself is a discipline that can apply to any project intended to deliver solutions for any purpose, it is often tailored to accommodate the specific and repeatable needs of different and highly specialized industries. For example, the construction industry, which focuses on the delivery of things like buildings, roads and bridges, has developed its own specialized form of project management that is referred to as construction project management, and for which project managers can become trained and certified in. The information technology industry has also evolved the development its own format of project management that is referred to as IT, information technology, project management, and which specializes in the delivery and technical assets and services that are required to pass through various life cycle phases such as planning, design, development, testing. Biotechnology project management focuses on intricacies of biotechnology research and development. For each type of project management develop and utilize repeatable templates that are specific to the industry they are dealing with. This allows project plans to become very thorough and highly repeatable, with the specific intent to increase quality, lower delivery cost, and lower time to delivery project results. Like any human undertaking, projects need to be performed and delivered under certain constraints. Traditionally, these constraints have been listed as scope, time, and cost. These are also referred to as the project management triangle, where each side represents a constraint. A further refinement of the constraint separates product quality or performance from scope and turns quality into a fourth constraint. The time constraint refers to the amount of time available to complete a project. The cost constraint refers to the budgeted amount available for the project. The scope constraint refers to what must be done to produce the project's end results. These three constraints are often competing constraints. Increased scope typically means increased time and increased cost. A tight time constraint could mean increased cost and reduced scope, and a tight budget could mean increased time and reduced scope. The discipline of project management is about providing the tools and techniques that enable the project team, not just the project managers, to organize their work to meet these constraints. An increased number of organizations are using what is referred to as project portfolio management (PPM) as means of selecting the right projects and then using project management techniques as the means for delivering the outcomes in the form of benefits to performing private or not-for-profit organization. This particular project management software has a capacity to help plan, organize and manage resource pools and develop resource estimates. Depending the sophistication of the software, resource including estimation and planning, scheduling, cost control and budget management, resource allocation, collaboration software communication, decision making, quality management and documentation, or administration systems. Today, numerous PC-based projects management software packages exist and they are finding their way into almost every type of business. Software may range from high-end Microsoft project to a simple spreadsheet in Microsoft Excel. Virtual Program Management (VPM) is management of a project done by a virtual team. Though it is rarely may refer to a project implementing a virtual environment, it is noted that managing a virtual project is fundamentally different from managing traditional projects, combining concerns of telecommunicating and global collaboration, culture, time zones, language. Now students, let's check out the top 10 projects management trends for last year 2012 and continuation of the same in 2013. As the project environment grows in the complexity, project management will require team stakeholders and executive collaboration in 2013 like never before. On-the-job application of training, custom-made project approaches, innovative project tools and smarter resources management will be essential for driving the greatest business impact. Not only project management but also the definition of project success has changed to encompass more than the triple constraint of time, cost and scope. Collaboration is a common theme throughout many of the 2013 top 10 trends of project management, which were determined by a global panel of ESI, international senior executives and subject matter experts. First, program management will gain momentum, but resources remain in the short supply. Second, collaboration software solution will become an essential business tool for project teams. Third, learning transfer will become the new mantra, but with little structured application. Fourth, agile blends with waterfall for a new hybrid approach. Fifth, smarter project investments will require a stronger marriage between project management and business process management, BPM. Sixth, internal certification in corporation and public sector will eclipse the PMP. Seventh, more PMO heads will measure effectiveness on business results. Eighth, good project managers will buck unemployment trends. Ninth, client-centric project management will outpace the triple constraint. 10th, HR professionals will seek assessments to identify high-potential project managers. Students, thus you all should think and rethink of becoming project managers. That is all for today. Hope you have understood about projects and current trends in project management. We'll see you again with connecting topic on management. Till then, take care. Bye.